of work, and he's one of those players kind of like Vant that you just see getting better and better pretty quickly. So definitely keep your eye out for Reaper, and we'll see how he's going to be doing today against the the legend Taco
Yes.
for Epic ZVZ, no doubt.
We'll see how the beef registers on the taco meter with this series.
Uh,
All right. All right. Well, enough silly dad jokes aside. Oh, did my stream drop? Oh, hold on a
it
second.
did for a second. It looks like it's back up now, but
Oh, that's unfortunate. It either dropped or yeah, 'cause I just lost everybody.
yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it did drop. Okay. All right. Um, well, that's unfortunate. Let me I thought I had that fixed. Let me go in here and
Yeah, no worries.
okay. Well, General. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, my stream just totally dropped and I don't know why. But you didn't miss much. We have it. Oh, I see what the problem was. I have to start. Hold on. I have to I just lost my scoreboard. I wonder if my I wonder if my poor streaming software is unhappy. I hope not. All right. Well, we'll see. I don't have to redo anything, so that's something. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why it does those things.
Okay.
Seems to be working okay now, but as
Yep.
far as I can tell.
Yep. It's working all right. Are you ready?
Okay, sure.
All right. Here we go. Gonna game one on to typology.
Alrighty.
All right. In the top left on typology, it is our Blue Zerg playing for Aaron Force One. It is tachometer. And in the bottom right on typology are Red Zerg playing for Semi Sweet Cookie Fleet. It is Reaper. And of course, unsurprising at this tier, both players are getting their basic economy established. Looks like Reaper not opting for a 9 pool, and neither is Tac.
Yeah, now already, since it's a two-person map, we see Tachometer's Overlord kind of going towards the top right side, which kind of makes me wonder what he's planning on to do with that Overlord there. Maybe he's just trying to hide his Overlord from his opponent for later in the game. Maybe when Mute has become a threat, he doesn't want to hide. He wants to try to hide his Overlords from his opponent in the meantime. But an interesting scouting pattern anyhow from the Overlord. Maybe he thinks it's actually a four-person map, and hopefully not, which could definitely come to play not in his favor. So We'll see what a tachometer is going to be doing here too, but so far pretty similar builds. However, tachometer throwing down the hatchery in the main and skipping the gas, and Reaper got the fast gas here
Yeah,
off of one hatchery.
it looks like Reaper opted for just a really safe overpool into 6 lings, and Tack is going for an in-base 999. So Tack definitely gonna have the definitely gonna have a larva advantage if he can survive these early lings, but this is this is a lot of lings already on the map for Reaper. And Reaper going into a fast layer as well. Did the stream drop again? Yeah. So,
Oh no.
it doesn't look like it did. I don't see any
Yeah.
alerts on my software.
A bummer.
So yeah, and now this larva advantage for attack is going to be kicking in here. Reaper does have a pretty good terrain advantage with the lings on this ramp, and he's also continuing to build lings as well, and also adding a macro hatch in his base. I guess Tack forgets that this is a 2-player map. But this is an insane amount of Zerglings already from this in-base 999.
Yeah, and I don't actually know if a tachometer can actually break open up this ramp, so this is a nice arc from Reaper, but maybe we'll find out shortly here anyway.
And Aspire already coming down for Reaper.
No, I might have been wrong here because it looks like there's enough of
yeah,
tachometers lings breaking in through right now. And all of a sudden they're getting on top of the drones looking for some drone kills. Are they going to get any? One drone does go down.
there's a little bit of a drill.
Almost another one does. Nice drills, but oh, some more Zerglings coming in to clean up these drones maybe, but nice drilling from Reaper though still.
What the dealio is tonight. Let's see.
Yeah.
Keep replay. What is this? Output. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't understand. The only thing I can think of is that like my internet is Spectrum, and the only thing I can think of is that maybe I'm hitting just a really um I don't know what you call it, but my connection integrity is just really
Oh
low,
yeah, it could be, man. I don't know.
which happens.
Yeah.
All right, it's all good. It's all good. All right,
Yeah,
so
we'll keep trying.
we'll keep rolling. You know what? I've done 3-hour cast before. I can do it again. All right. So we're gonna try and get the scoreboard back. Oh, there you go. Now I have to redo it.
Uh,
Okay. Um. All
it's
right.
not Streamlabs that you're using, is it?
It is. Yeah, it's Streamlabs.
Streamlabs.
Um. I do Streamlabs because it's like a really it's OBS for those of us who don't want to think. Is basically what
Oh,
Streamlabs
I'm
is.
sorry. I meant Twitch. It's not Twitch Studio, cause
Oh no, no, yeah.
okay. I was using Studio before, but I got a notification they're gonna discontinue using that software. So,
When I first started streaming like a couple years ago, I was using
oh,
Twitch Studio, but it's
okay.
it's um it's okay, but it's not the greatest. I definitely like as far as how easy the interface is, I like Streamlabs
Huh.
better.
I'll have to give that a try next time I try doing some streaming.
Okay. So now we're going into the game. All right, we're ready for game 2.
Okay, right on.
Oh, sorry, we have to put the score up. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for handling the technical difficulties.
All right, here we go. This map today for game 2 is Terraform, and in the top right on Terraform, our red Zerg, Reaper, playing for the Semi-Sweet Cookie Fleet. And in the bottom right, our blue Zerg. It is the taco meter going off the charts on the beef scale, playing for Air Force One.
Alright, and very similar tile set. It's the last game, except this one is a 4-player map, so I can definitely see why Tachometer's Overlord was thrown off last game, thinking it might have been a 4-person map when it was a 2-person. But
Mm-hmm.
either way, it didn't really make that big of a difference either way, so this is very fast game 2 though, and we'll see what the players are planning on doing this time around. Last time, Tachometer made a fast hatchery inside the main, and then got up to the gas and just did a nice speedling attack, or maybe I don't even know if it actually had speedlings by the time the attack came, but just had a lot of Zerglings and was able to bust inside the main of Reaper here. So we'll see if they have something similar in mind. Already Tachometer throwing down the hatchery, but at the natural instead of inside the main this time around, and Reaper going for the same build this time, so we're going to see a lot of differences already from what we saw last game.
Yeah, it looks like both players going for the 999. I think Tax Hatch is just slightly faster, but not enough to between the travel time on the map and everything, it's not enough to have it be any severe consequence.
Hmm.
But and both players also setting their first Overlord to scout in the same direction.
Yeah, unfortunately, neither player going to be getting that first scout, but um, being in these positions, they ought to be getting a fairly decent scout. But I did notice though that you said Ripper is going 999, and Tachometer I think made an Overlord a little bit quicker, so he's gonna have a little bit more drones perhaps, maybe not even a whole lot more, but we'll see if it's enough to make a difference. Both of them are gonna have similar larva counts, and already Reaper going into Ling production right now, as well as Tachometer. And so Tachometer literally has one more drone than Reaper. And you know, in this ZVZ matchup, it could make a difference, but we'll see how in a second. 100 gas is ready for both players, so we'll be seeing where they're going to be spending that first gas. They're going to be getting into the lair, just throwing it down on speedlings, which I imagine might be the more popular choice this time around, seeing as both of them do have the hatchery at the natural and will be wanting to make sure that stays up and doesn't go down anytime soon. However, both players not really spending that first 100 gas right away. There we go, Tachometer going to be throwing down the lair And meanwhile, Reaper has a little bit of a gas bank, but hasn't decided to quite use it on anything just yet. So
Yeah,
both players just scouting each other.
I also like that another deviation is that Tachometer kind of just went for macro and army size, and Reaper actually elected to get a sunken colony up instead of spending more on Ling. So I don't dislike this choice from Reaper.
Yeah, I think that was a nice play. And the fact that he had the sunken actually let him drone up a little bit more too, and he's getting some more drones out right now. Here comes another round of Zerglings from Tachometer, but I don't know, this might be good for Reaper. Um, However, Tachometer's lair is super far ahead of Reaper's, so there might be a timing to where that Tachometer will get a nice tech advantage here.
Going up to now 2 sunkens.
Yeah,
Um,
another sunken being forced here.
I I really do think that Reaper is going to be able to hold these Lings, and his lair is finishing. So if he builds the Spire right away, he will be just slightly behind Tac in Muta production. Um, but this is kind of a hard game to call right now.
Yeah, definitely still anyone's game, but Reaper does have a really nice defensive posture, but it looks like he's going to be moving out on the map anyhow. And there's not a whole lot of defense back at home for Tachometer. I think Reaper might be trying to force out some sunkens before the mutas really start coming out. The Spire's not quite yet done for Tachometer, so these Zerglings from Reaper could actually get some massive damage here. Tachometer's got to be a little bit careful though. One drone, two drones already going down. Luckily he remade some Zerglings and is going to force those Zerglings back for now. But there is one Zergling in the main of Tachometer.
Oh wow,
One
and
looking to do some assassin damage there. Almost finds one.
he
Not
wow,
quite.
and he does see that the Spire is was just about done. That was a
Yeah,
pretty
that was a
big
pretty
scout.
good Zergling, right? That was a pretty hero Zergling for sure. Getting that nice scout and even almost getting an assassination kill on one of those drones.
But the first mutas for Tachometer are just about to finish. He has 4 coming up. And it looks like here they go. Here's the first 3, and there's another one. Um,
Cookie Master in the house, baby. Woot woot. But yeah, here comes the mutas from Tachometer. Right into the main of Reaper, and there's nothing to deal with these mutas. These mutas could get massive damage,
oh
and it looks
man,
like Reaper's just gonna tap out there. Didn't like the timing there, and unfortunately, that's gonna be it for Reaper in the very fast ZVZ series, man.
yeah, that was that game 2 was surprising. That was a quick tap out. Have oh, there we go. Now the game's up. Okay. So up next we have Dork Moonblade and Aaron. Dork
All
Moonblade.
right.
This is Dork Moonblade is a new newcomer to NSL. This is his first season.
Yeah, very cool to get the chance to see some of his games. Gonna be seeing some PVZ action.
Yeah. Um, Aaron. Dork Moonblade. At least like when I've played him, he has very good multitasking, and he's very good at being aggressive with his units and also not falling behind in his build.
Mm.
Um, so very I almost wonder if he's actually like kind of like maybe a low to mid tier 2. Um,
Uh,
but um,
Interesting.
but a very very good player, a very good Protoss. Aaron, of course, also a very solid Zerg, um, a very greedy Zerg. I think Aaron is a huge threat if he's allowed to go unpunished for a very long period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know Aaron has some cool builds up his sleeve, so interested to see if he's going to bring any of those builds to the table today up against our Protoss.
So we'll see. It's hard for me to call this one just because I know I've played Aaron enough that I like you said he has a lot of tricks up his sleeve and he has great macro. So I'm very very hyped for this series. So are you ready?
Very nice. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and get into it.
All right, here we go. All right, in the top left on Typology. It, oh man, I'm gonna have so much fun saying this name tonight. It is it is our Blue Zerg, president of Air Force One, none other than Aaron. And in the bottom right, our red Zerg, our red Protoss, not Zerg, our red Protoss, Dork Moonblade, playing for the Semi-Sweet Cookie Fleet.
Alright, yes, Aaron, aka Zerg Weed Lord. Already getting into the mind games with the alternate ID. I love it, man. And Aaron recently hosted a LAN tournament in Montreal, which was a pretty cool event to see. If you guys haven't had a chance to watch some of those VODs, go ahead to Team Liquid and look up the Montreal LAN. Go ahead and check out some of those VODs. Really nice games overall in that tournament that they hosted out there, and had some really really awesome players show up in the scene that have been around for a long time, and Artosis was there as well, and some of our own clan members from Nam, so definitely check those out if you get a chance. But
So it looks like Blade going for a gate expand and scouting off of the 10 gate. Aaron, it looks like is going for an overpool.
okay, yeah, good eyes here. Dark Moonblade gonna be wanting to put on that early Zealot pressure here onto the Zerg player. However, with the overpool, I think it fares pretty well against the Gateway first opener. So he may not actually find a whole lot of damage, but here we have the pro blocking the drone at the natural. Nice job blocking this drone is always a bit of annoying thing for Zerg to deal with. But Aaron just gonna be throwing down that hatchery off center for now.
Okay, so we have 4 lings out. This is a kind of a nice um, kind of a nice balanced amount of lings to open with. I think 2 lings being the more economical approach. But
Right.
oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Aaron gas stealing the Protoss.
Oh my goodness, how did that happen? Oh, here we go with the builds already. Aaron getting in there, stealing the gas from the Protoss. It's too funny.
And of course, he does clear out the probe that's blocking the hatch and builds a hatch on location at the natural. Now up to 3 hatcheries. So, this is a very nice position for Zerg to be in, to have 2 mining hatches and a macro hatch. Still very beautiful for Hydras.
Nice wall there from Dark Moonblade. And I mean, this is definitely annoying having the gas stolen. It's definitely going to slow down Protos's tech and upgrades and everything like that. But we'll see how Arn is able to capitalize on the little bit of that early game economic damage there.
Already droning up. I am curious to see where he goes from this. I would almost like to see some sort of a Hydra build. It looks like he's going to go into layer. So I don't know. Maybe this is like maybe he's going to go for a lurker contain. That lurker contain is always a very strong play from Zerg against Protoss, especially when you see so many zealots.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is interesting seeing Aaron get all this early gas here and going right into the Spire off a 3 hatch. I wonder if he might even be planning on going up to a 5 hatch Hydra and just getting a Spire to maybe deal with an earlier Coursera. However, Arn knows that Coursera is going to be delayed a little bit anyway due to that gas steal. But here do come 5 Zealots across the map, looking to find some damage. Arn throwing down another hatchery at this close by 3rd base.
Yeah, it looks like these zealots are probably going to go for the natural.
And they might find some damage here. There's no Sunkens. There's only about 10 links here, which we'll see if it's enough. I think he's definitely going to have to remake these links, and now the drones are coming in to try to body block some of these zealots. But there is a creep colony, but these zealots are already on top of the drones here, already getting some nice drone kills here. 2 or 3 drones already going down here, and this damage is starting to get worse and worse here for Zerg.
Oh my goodness. Can he drop another? Oh no, he's going to lose the drone. So the sunken colony does finish, and he is going to be able to hold this just barely. But back at home, we have the Corsair nonetheless being built, and we actually have archives on the way, almost halfway done. So, Dork Moonblade started off the Corsair, I feel like a little late, but we kind of already knew that was going to happen with the delay. So it looks like he just dived right for archives before he went for that Sayer, which I really like that move because now he's not going to be too far behind in Storm. He is starting Storm now, and he's just now adding gateways. So I think that despite the gas steal and the delayed tech, very good decision making from the Protoss to get that tech up.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that 4 or 5 Zealot play that we just saw, like really made a huge difference, and actually, I think maybe leaned the game in his favor a little bit. But that was a really nice Zealot attack in the early game here, and I think it definitely helped him make a comeback from the deficit from having that lost gas in the early game.
I also like that he used the Zealot poke and the amount of damage he got with those Zealots. He didn't actually invest too much in cannons. He wound up getting a good deal amount of damage done before the Hydras even got out. So he was also able to, skip on cannons for now and also again just catch up. So very good read and very good build from the Protoss. The Hydras, however, are coming out, and I will presume that after this range upgrade is done, we'll either see speed or we'll see lurker. Um, Again, if Aaron can get lurkers out and can get lurkers burrowed here, um, despite having storm, it still puts a lot of pressure on the Protoss to really get those observers out. But so we'll see what Aaron decides to do.
I mean, absolutely, and I agree. Especially when Protoss is only on 2 bases, getting that lurker contained up can be nice. A really nice play to just delay the Protoss's third for as long as you can, and just making sure you get a nice spread on those lurkers to avoid getting stormed on too many clumps of units. But I
Yeah.
do like this position though for Orange still, even though Dark Moonblade kind of was starting to get the upper end in the early game. However, is still on 2 bases, so I figure he's going to be getting a nice army count here, and pretty soon might be looking to push out and looking for a fight against the Zerg, and taking a third behind it as well, perhaps.
Yeah, he's got his 4 Templar, he's got his Dark Archon, building up that energy reserve for Maelstrom, and it looks like he is just about to start getting goons built. Going now up to 6 gateways in the main. Sorry, 7 gateways in the main, 8 gateways total. So it looks like, yeah, right now he's going to start getting those 1 or 2 rounds of goons out. Aaron, meanwhile, his 4th is just now finishing, and he's got some mutas up. But against Maelstrom, Maelstrom is really good against a huge amount of Hydras or against a clump of mutas. So I
Gosh,
think,
let's hope he doesn't fly his mutas into that Dark Archon, right?
yep,
That could be devastating.
we'll see. So, but this is 8 mutas, and they are looking to harass, maybe even see what the Protoss is doing.
Barn gotta be careful here.
Nice job just chipping away
Oh,
at the Corsair.
that Dark Archon looking for blood, man. It sees the mutas and it's looking for them. Oh, but nice job from Arm picking off those Corsairs there. Cleaning up the 2 Corsairs that were on the map.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, and this little gap in Dark Moon's gateways, unfortunately spawning some goons into a trapped position. Oh, but there looks like there might have been a feedback used, but I think that might have been, I don't know that sound as well. I believe that should have been a Maelstrom, but I didn't see it actually catch the mutas, so.
It didn't,
But I heard
but
the sound go off.
there was a good storm on the mutas, though. However, they are
Oh,
all
okay.
at about half life. So
Okay. So nice little skirmishing back and forth here. Both players kind of pushing their way out to get the map presence that they want to take the bases that they need. And I like this decision making from Arn just to go ahead and take another 4th base and even get some more macro hatches down and continue that macro. And as you said earlier before these players started playing, Arn's macro is looking pretty beastly overall. And I think he's going to be getting close to maxing out here in a few minutes if he continues this macro. But nice little pick off here with the Zerglings finding this 3rd base from Protoss. And if they can shut it down, it's going to be so nice, and they do. Nice pick off here from Arn with those Zerglings, and even gets to move out with a few of them left remaining.
This is a pretty scary army from Protoss, I would say. Looks like this is just going to be a real. This is going to have uh, 2 attack and 1 armor here very shortly, probably within the next maybe 30 to 45 seconds, I would say. And once that hits, this is a pretty scary army to deal with. Aaron does have a lot of hatches and a lot of macro, but this is the kind of army that can just totally end a game for Zerg. Oh, and a Maelstrom does go
there's
down.
A nice Maelstrom on the mutas. Getting all of the mutas and the storms, blanketing them just in the time and clearing up all the mutas. What a nice play from Dork Moonblade. Sick
Nice.
Maelstrom plus storm. Couldn't have been better, I don't think, on those mutas. That was pretty perfectly done.
Yeah. It looks like the Protoss is going to want to try and engage this Zerg army. There are a lot of Hydras out, but they aren't very well upgraded yet. Believe it or not, the Protoss is actually ahead of the Zerg in upgrades. The Zerg 2-1 is just now about to finish.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. These Protoss are up 2-1. Zerg 1-1 just now finishing, and Aaron trying to hold this bridge location, but a nice little Maelstrom go down on the Lurkers before they can burrow, and that was huge, actually taking down the remaining Zerg armies, and Protoss is just free to come into the Zerg base now. These Evo chambers wide open. Wow, man, what a play there from Dark Moonblade. I think had those Lurkers buried, they would have gotten a whole lot more damage done, but these 2-1 Protoss units are very scary indeed, and that's just going to be it. GG is called. Incredibly done by Dark Moonblade, man. Wow.
And Protoss takes the first game.
Impressive play from Dark Moonblade already in game 1.
Yeah, that was although all the times I've played Aaron, he hasn't normally gone overpool. He normally likes to go like 12 hatch and just get that really greedy economy. But I don't know. Was he? I mean, he was also facing against a gateway, a gateway expand. So maybe that's why he didn't. Maybe he thought he was gonna be dealing with that. But
yeah, perhaps. And also
sure.
perhaps he might have been getting cannon rushed by going 12 hatchery all the time in that matchup. Perhaps maybe got tired of getting cannon rushed.
So
which is definitely a thing.
yeah, it's definitely a thing you have to worry about, and that is like one of the big against a good Protoss that really just knows how to do the build. Cannon rushes are a huge thing.
Absolutely.
All right, so it looks
Especially
like
when you get blocked, right?
Yeah.
Behind the mineral line, trying to drill your drones across the mineral patches can be super stressful.
Yeah, although if you're I've played a lot. I've played I've played Zergs where I cannon rush them, and they're not too worried about the cannons because they already know that they're gonna have lings there in seconds. So it is if you can make it work, cannon rush is a nice play, but it is kind of it still is like tricky. And the thing about all of the Protoss plays that they can do that early to Zerg is that it's multitask intensive, and if you're not keeping up with your build and your multitasking, um, you know, a failed cannon rush will you'll be so far behind. So
That's a good point.
it's especially at this tier, like where people are still learning, it's sometimes a lot safer and it's sometimes a lot a better choice just to play safe and
Yeah,
warm
I
up,
agree.
you know?
I do like that Arn is not going 12 hatch. I think it's a nice build to mix in once in a while in like a best of 3, best of 5 series, but it does tend to lean towards the more greedy side and opens you up to some early game harassment from those cannons. So I do like his build choice, but I think that wasn't his mistake last game. I think the more big mistake that he made was just taking early game damage from those zealots that Dark Moon Blade moved out with in the early game, and that kind of set the tempo going into the mid game. And then Dark Moon Blade just kept turning on the gas, man. Kept being on top of his upgrades and his tech tree and everything, despite having it delayed a little bit. But yeah, really good game one from Dark Moon Blade. Let's see what Arn's plan is going to be going into game two here on Endurance. Two-player map again.
And this is his pick. And I don't disagree with this pick. I feel like but this is a map where I feel like um Zerg is strong on this map, and particularly the main attack pathway where you have to go through these trenches. It's not, I've said this before, it's not very friendly for a Protoss ground army because the bulk of the Protoss ground army is very um, big and clumsy, and so
True.
they'll get tripped up in these narrow trenches, but
Yeah,
Zealots
they
can
are
move
really
through just
narrow.
fine. Yeah,
Okay. But yeah, you're right. It is very narrow. Especially it goes into like it is like a trench, like you said, where it's just this awkward low ground area and you're trying to get into your opponent's base, but you have to go through it to attack, or you have to go all the way around half of the map
yeah,
otherwise. So
yeah,
it does make it difficult to decide.
and if you have like goons or mech, it's much in terms of movement, it's much easier to
Mhm.
go to take the long way around. But like you said, it also takes longer.
Right.
So this
Sure.
is
And there's also a backdoor location on this map too.
mhm.
If you sneak all the way around, I believe there's a temple and an egg, or maybe it's a mineral patch or something. I think you can hop units over the mineral patch by glitching a worker and stuff like that. But curious to see if Arn has something like this planned already, having picked this map as his map pick for the game two. But
Y-
I guess we'll see
yeah,
shortly, anyhow.
I definitely feel like this on the surface looks like a very Zerg friendly map, but
Mm.
I actually feel like this is probably the most strategically complex map we have this season. Just there's just so
It is way more complex than it looks. Absolutely, I agree
yeah.
100%. Like it looks pretty straightforward, but I mean, when once you're in there playing, there's so many complexities that can happen, for sure. So,
Yeah, I can't wait to see what both players decide to do. Um,
and
so
there's so much high ground on this map too, which really comes into play a big part. Whoever can kind of control the high ground areas.
yeah, and they're all very like strategically commanding areas.
Right.
So anyway, are you ready?
Alrighty, let's get into it. Game two coming right up.
All right, here we go. All right, so in the I guess you could call this the 9 o'clock. Our blue Zerg, Aaron, playing for Aaron Force One, the President Aaron himself,
Oh my gosh.
and in the 3 o'clock position are Red Protoss, Dork Moonblade playing for the semi-sweet Cookie Fleet.
Already, man, we see Aaron going for the 4 pool here. I was watching and I was
There we
gonna be
go.
curious if that was gonna be it or if he might be doing something else, but it's gonna be the 4 pool.
There we go. All right.
All right.
Let's go.
So he did have some ill intent coming into this game too, with a little bit of cheekiness up his sleeve.
and
I love it.
and this does have a rush distance, a rush time of 29 seconds.
Which is, yeah, it is slightly smaller than most standard maps, where I believe the standard rush distance is closer to 33 seconds or so. So it is slightly, ever so slightly, just a little bit closer in rush distance.
Oh man.
But here we go. I'm just watching the larva from Aaron, waiting for these lings to come out and try to do some damage, but I've actually seen this almost exact game as I see Fake Promise in the chat reminding me as he had a similar game to this exactly versus the 2 gate. And I don't know, man, 4 pool is just so hard to pull off against the 2 gate player as long as Protoss just fights and buys time for him to get the Zealot out and doesn't lose too many probes or loses pylons or stuff like that.
Yep. And
They're
this
going to
is
be able
a
to hold.
this is a 10-11 2-gate, which is pretty fast. It is pretty fast to Zealots.
Good eyes. There's the first Zealot already. Here comes the Zerglings in the main probe line, looking to find a probe, and they do find one probe. Oh,
Aaron a
question mark.
little confused.
Maybe a little bit of lag going on between the players right now, perhaps.
Oh my goodness. I love the probe supporting the Zealots.
Yeah, nice job there.
Oh.
Actually, clutch pulling those probes and keeping that one Zealot alive. And that's just going to be it for Aaron. GG,
Wow.
man.
GG. Totally held it. Nice.
Right? It looks like Dork Moonblade read Aaron's strategy like a book, pretty much. Just planning on going for that 2 gate right away. And it looks like it paid off.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is the double-edged sword of any kind of cheesy play, is that when it fails, you're you're probably
Right?
done.
Right? It can win fast and it can lose fast.
So, I appreciate the fact that Air tried the gambit, but I think the Protoss uh, totally read that right, totally read that map choice right. Knows how
Right.
short the rush distance is.
Absolutely. He called his bluff for sure.
All right, and just like that, we are kicking off our third and final series. And it is going to be quite a matchup.
Oh?
Oh, yes. It is a Protoss main versus a random.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the Protoss main is a very solid Protoss player. Very good unit control. Very good builds. And the random is Mr. Peanut Butter.
Oh, all right.
Another very solid player.
Very nice. Very nice. I love the hype build up.
So here we go. We have. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I changed the map too last time around. Um, but we are going back to typology for map one. So I'm sorry about that, guys. Sorry for not changing the map name on the scoreboard. But
Looking out, Breeze.
all right. So we have a Protoss versus random, champion versus peanut butter.
Oh,
Again,
our champion, the champion.
exactly.
Champion, the champ himself.
Yes. And he's very very well named. He is not an easy Protoss player to fight against.
No doubt, man. He is also, in my mind, one of those players that just gets super good really fast, like, like Vent and whatever other players in CPL have had a nice turnout, but definitely Champion, one of those players that increases his skill fairly quickly and just keeps getting better and better. And I heard he recently had a concussion, so hopefully he's been doing okay since then. I know those can be a pretty serious thing, so hopefully he's doing all right now. But nice to see him getting back into the swing of things and throwing down some StarCraft games again. So we'll see how he's playing this time around.
All right. I'm gonna be right back for 2 seconds, and then we will get into
Okay,
game one.
sounds good.
Guys.
No worries.
All right, so we're ready. Let's get into this final series, champ versus peanut butter.
Alrighty.
All right, in the top left on typology are Red Random playing for Air Force One, rolling Protoss. It is peanut butter. And in the bottom right are blue Protoss playing for the semi-sweet cookie fleet. It is your champion.
All right, yeah, Peanut Butter rolling the dice into Protoss, and I believe we saw this yesterday, as two Terrans kept playing against each other, and one of them was random and rolled random twice in a row. So we'll see if we see anything like that happen this series. So far, Mr. Peanut Butter
Ooh.
making that first pylon in the main.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah, look at that, right? What do you think about that, Breeze?
Oh my gosh, that is wild. I love it.
Wow. I mean, up against a random,
And the
just.
scout.
Love it, man. Oh, these two must know each other. No, I know these two know each other and have played multiple games against each other.
Oh, and the center two gate. We started it. Might as well do that.
Uh, Champion just gonna be boldly throwing down the double proxy gate. Oh man, right in the face of Mr. Peanut Butter. This is gonna be interesting, man. Peanut Butter reacts by throwing his own two gates as well inside the main. I don't know how well this fares out, but I feel like just due to the pure fact that Mr. Peanut Butter has had to pull some probes, it may put Mr. Peanut Butter behind depending on how this next fight
Oh,
kind of turns out. But oh my gosh, if
oh
he
my
actually
gosh,
kills
kid, is he
that
gonna kill it?
pylon,
Oh my gosh, he
how
totally
did he
does.
kill the pylon before the
Oh my
finish,
gosh.
Zealot? Just seconds before that Zealot finishes. No way, this is incredible. Is five probes the magic number to take down the pylon before it finishes? Oh, not quite.
Oh man. Oh. Oh no, go, go, go.
Oh,
Oh, the
another
zealot
one. Oh,
finishes.
one Zealot does finish, but Mr. Peanut Butter Zealot's already finishing for him as well. Nice job delaying the supplies from a champion here. And now having the forward gateway advantage, I feel like, is actually just been destroyed.
I mean, the if he can target down the units picking off the pylon, he can still pull this off. The
Oh man, but
oh my gosh, it is
somehow
so.
champion actually caught up in macro there somehow. I think just maybe due to the fact that Peanut Butter had to pull so many probes, he wasn't actually able to afford the macro from these two gateway cycles.
And
And
now
somehow
three
champion is
zealots.
is still on top despite having lost that pylon, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's really strong. He is really
Oh
strong.
man. Oh, nice little micro here from both players here trying to target down the Zealots one by one.
Still have 4 zealots to 2. And presumably 2 more are about to finish. So,
Oh my gosh, more probes going down from
my
Mr. Peanut
gosh.
Butter. And Champion actually has a 6 probe advantage here. And we're not done yet. This Zealot aggression is going to continue for quite some time here. And every probe loss and lost mining time for Mr. Peanut Butter right now is so painful.
Now he has 4 zealots, and he can't really. I don't feel like he can afford to build too much more right now because he's lost so many probes. But if he could keep these 4 zealots alive and engage well with the probes, he's not out of this still. But still,
Oh,
there's
wow. And somehow
wow.
Champion snuck in a Manor Pylon in the probe line of Mr. Peanut Butter too, throwing off some of the AI that were glitching behind the mineral line. And now these probes, they've lost so much mining time. Champion's just going to be happy to run these zealots around and chase for some more probes.
So now there are an even number of zealots, and you know, if Peanut Butter loses these zealots, he's not going to be able to afford to keep pace with Champion. So
And
it's really
Champion,
crucial that he keeps them alive as long as possible.
oh man, and Champion's just building in the base of Mr. Peanut Butter here, probably setting up for future cannon rush potential with these zealots to help support.
Oh yeah, the forge is done, so it looks like he is looking to add cannons into this. If he can get a cannon up and mix it in with the zealots, that is particularly painful to deal with. And it looks like he is starting to build the cannons up right here on the left side of Mr. Peanut Butter's base.
And man, these cannons in the bottom left corner there of Mr. Peanut Butter's base are out of the vision of Mr. Peanut Butter right now. So
Yep.
he actually doesn't see them going down. He may have seen the probe go there, but so far hasn't really reacted to that side of the map. And I think these cannons are going to be successful in completing, and that might allow Champion to just push these cannons into the mineral line.
Yeah, once he gets this core foundation of cannons up, gets harder and harder and harder to stop.
Oh, absolutely, man. And Champion, I think, is just inches away from making that happen.
Yep. So we have two more cannons going down, and a gateway in the main as well.
And the gateway. Champion really putting on the pressure here. And
Oh my
now Mr.
goodness.
Peanut Butter has vision. He sees everything, is pulling the probes. But there's already two cannons done.
Yeah, there's just too much cannons here.
Oh man, these guys.
Wow.
Oh man.
What a game.
The banter between these two friends are too good, man.
What a game one. Champion. Oh my goodness, that was good. All
Yeah.
right. That was Champion. You know what? I totally agree with them. This so the random race is Protos's biggest weakness. And so I mean, it was dirty, but I agree with the execution because,
Mhm.
and it's on a two-player map too. So it's like, get that strong win while you can, right? The series is not going to be any easier.
Yeah, nice decision making there from Champion despite having it scouted in the early game and even losing that first pylon was still able to make the comeback and make that strategy work out for him. So nice job Champion there taking down game one.
Yep. And just going to verify I have the correct game too.
All right.
All right. Yep. So this is the correct game too. Okay.
Very nice.
All right. So here we go. I enjoyed that just that play and that decision making. So the map for game 2 is going to be High Noon, which is it's another 2-player map. And
Yeah.
it's it feels like a combination between, like, at least to me anyway, like a combination between Apocalypse and like Desert Storm or something like that.
Sure. Especially having that similar kind of tile set, right? As a Apocalypse or whatever.
Well,
And
not just the tile set, but particularly how pretty easy it is to expand to the third base, and how
mm,
strategically the high ground is important to holding that third base.
oh, okay. Nice observation for sure. It almost feels like it feels very similar to typology, just kind of a reverse spawning location, I guess.
Sure.
A lot of similarities between those two maps, but gonna be interesting to see what these players have planned for game 2. Are we gonna see both players go for a proxy maybe this time and battle out to see who gets their proxy up? That would be cool.
Let's find out.
Although that's assuming Mr. Peanut Butter randoms in the Protoss. So I guess we'll have to find out what he gets.
All right. In the whoops, let me get the sound back up. There we go. In the bottom left on in the bottom left on High Noon, it is Champion playing for Semi Sweet Cookie Fleet. And in the top right are Random rolling Zerg. By far his strongest race, it is Peanut Butter.
Alright, let's see what Mr. Peanut Butter can do to try to make a comeback here and tie it up in the series, perhaps. Both players kind of talking over last game.
Yeah. I no, Champion was right. I think he from uh, um I think he did pull too many probes, and that did hurt his economy. Um
Yeah,
and I think he lost too many probes to the Zealots. Um there was a while there where he was barely able to keep building one Zealot, if that, off of 2 gigs,
right.
just because he lost so much. So I
Right.
really think the economic hit was what played against Peanut Butter that last game.
Oh yeah, I mean it definitely was, and just due to the fact that it was so early in the early game, just pulling off any workers in the early game can be pretty devastating to your economy. And also the fact if you can't continue to keep making those workers while all the action is happening, then you're losing out on those potential minerals as well. So just all those little things adding up and just making the big difference as to what we saw happen last game. His champion was able to make that comeback despite having losing his first pylon, still was able to make it happen. But here we do have the 9 pool or over pool, whichever it was, from Peanut Butter, and the Zerglings making their way across the map right now. However, champion going to be pretty safe, I believe, with these 2 cannons plus the probes pulled as well. Shouldn't be letting these 5 Zerglings pass, I don't believe.
Yeah, I think the 2 cannons alone will counter them, and Peanut Butter doesn't try to run them by or anything. Um, unlike a lot of Zergs on the ladder at E rank like to do. Just run them
Yeah,
by
no
anyway.
doubt. No doubt. It would be tempting for me to try to do that as well. If I was playing Zerg.
So, but you know, trying to keep the Lings alive, which is, I think that he doesn't get a lot of economic damage done, but he does get to see um, the army move out and everything, which is always nice to know.
Hmm.
But peanut butter going into 3 hatch. Um, Very interested to see what kind of play Peanut Butter does. Again, he has before this season, he was a Zerg main, and I think he still is a Zerg main. And he knows the strength and the usefulness of like all of the Zerg units. So this will be very interesting to see what kind of strats he has in mind for this game. And Champion is a solid Protoss player, but this is, aside from random, this is probably the trickiest match for Protoss.
No
So,
doubt.
you know, we'll see how good his PVZ is.
Oh, nice. And there is an Overlord in the main of Champion as well, kind of able to get some nice scouting information.
Yeah.
Doesn't see everything, but sees a fairly good amount anyway.
And it is 5 minutes, and we still do not have a Corsair. And instead, we're building Goon range right away. So this makes me wonder if we're going to see some sort of like a, yeah, and the gateways are starting to go down. Are we going to see some sort of like best style, like 5-gate Goon play? That'd be pretty wild here.
Oh, you know, Breeze, that actually might be exactly what's happening, especially since he is upgrading the Goon range on that Cyber Core and even keeping that Cyber Core at the natural to kind of hide it from Zerg for a little bit longer. And I don't think Mr. Peanut Butter's Overlord has actually spotted that Cyber Core is there, although of course he's got to be a little bit suspicious that it is. However, didn't see these other hidden gateways from Champion getting thrown down too, and so like you said, it looks like it might be that 5 gateway Goon pressure, as I've seen some Protoss do in the past.
Yeah, so now normally it is normal to see one Goon out. If you do see any kind of Goon with Zealots, it is normal to see one Goon. So, we'll. I don't know if Peanut Butter saw this one or not. Maybe he didn't, and he was able to pull it back and hide it. But yep, it looks like 5-gate Goon is going to be dropping. We do have cannons. We do have a cannon at the main nexus going down as well. But there are currently no Hydras. There are Mutas out on the field. Oh, that's a lot of Zerglings, though. That he has to be careful. That's if he micros these goons well enough, he can still fight these lings, but he has to be careful to not get a surround.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the mutas are done, and they're coming in to try to help support these lings and maybe even clean up some of the goons, or he might just decide to go for a counterattack and completely ignore the goons for now. We'll
Yeah,
see what it looks like. He is going for the counterattack.
yeah, it looks like he's gonna try and hit the main a little bit, but Champion does have a cannon in the base, and his macro is solid. He can just pull some goons back and fight this.
And this is such a weird situation now, because the Protoss is definitely going to take massive damage here. The one cannon in the main goes down, and there's also no cannons at the natural protecting the mineral line to where the mutas could get to him. But at the same time, there's so many goons here at the front door of Zerg. to deal with, but it's pure goons, so it's gonna take a lot of micro on champion's side while trying to deal with the harassment from Zerg. But it looks like Mr. Peanut Butter cleaned up what he could at the main, is gonna come back with the mutas now to help clean this army up. Let's see if Protoss can get the counter damage done. Lots of damage was done to Protoss for sure, but now that it's Protoss' turn to get the damage done, the damage is looking pretty good for Protoss so far, man. Nice micro with these goons.
Yeah.
Keeping the bulk of them alive, but they are going to get a little bit of a surround here. Nice surround for Mr. Peanut Butter, and he looks like he's going to be able to clear up these goons.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. With the mutas and the lings, the goons are gonna have a hard time. But actually goons, especially the
That
number
did a
that he
lot of
had,
damage.
will fight mutas, but they won't fight both of them very well. So
Oh, and he takes
oh my
down the
gosh.
hatchery. What a 6 snipe from Champion.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah, that was definitely very hurtful. I was going to say it sort of evened out, but just the fact now that the hatchery got canceled, that's going to be a huge blow to Zerg for now. And both players kind of struggling to recover the economy in the meantime. Wow, both
Yeah.
players traded out pretty much their whole army right then.
And you know, I feel like if Champion keeps these goons back here at the cannon line, this counter attack, this counter push from Peanut Butter is not going to get much done. Because the cannon.
Yeah, I mean, right.
Okay. There we go.
And these goons now have +1 attack. They've had it for a little while. But yeah, just the reinforcements from this goon army could be very scary. However, there may be just enough lings to kind of keep clearing up this army little by little.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But for every drone that the Zerg is putting on lings, they're not, sorry, for every larva the Zerg is spending on lings, they're not spending on drones.
That's true, man. That's true. And the economy was took a pretty heavy beat there in the early game from Protoss's goons. Zerg definitely needs to try to remake some of those drones the best he can, but luckily he has enough money to have all these hatcheries, so should be able to make a recovery in no time.
So it looks like we have Hydra Speed just about to finish. Champion is teching his way up to Archives to get the Stormy boys out. But you know, Peanut Butter needs to be careful because these amount of goons paired with cannons, I think they can actually hold what he's trying to do.
Right, I mean, he definitely does need to be careful not to just try to send it into these cannons plus the goons, because I do agree, I think that's going to be enough to stop what he has for now. But Champion looks like he's going to be doing a little bit of a switch here, adding in some zealots in to the goon army, and I think having that little bit of mix is going to actually help his goons out quite a bit there. Just having a little bit better of a mixed army.
So these mutas, it looks like there's a spotter pile on the Champion placed up here at the 12 o'clock, and these mutas are going to catch it.
Oh.
Looks like Peanut Butter, meanwhile, rallying Hydras down, trying to get a contain up, but this is a lot of Zealot Dragoon.
Yeah, and it looks like a +1 armor just finished for Protoss as well, so Protoss now on 1-1, and the Zerg just on +1 Carapace.
And we have some DTs out, and High Templars as well. Zealot Legs is just about to finish.
Oh man, these DTs could be so sneaky and actually find some massive damage here.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily,
They're just...
there is
Oh
one
my gosh.
Overlord.
They are
but
just sniping these
oh,
lings.
yeah, they're getting a lot of good value already. Wow. Gosh, Champion almost had enough to just send it there with the Dark Templars, but just barely looks like he just didn't quite have enough units there. But nice skirmishing here as Peanut Butter looking to clear up some more units from Champion, and he does, forcing those units back inside the choke, inside the natural here. Mr. Peanut Butter looking to put on the pressure a little bit more even, trying to take down that spinning forge perhaps. But Champion not gonna let that happen just yet.
Oh my goodness, and the first lurkers are starting. They are starting to
Oh.
morph.
Oh no, and Champion morphed all his High Templars into Archons, and we have no observers. So potentially, Champion might not be able to move out unless he wants to lose a lot of units to the Lurkers. This is looking like a nice contain here from Mr. Peanut Butter. And the Lurkers do bury in these goons trying to find a pathway out, but are unable to. And here comes some more
Oh
Hydras
man.
taking down the Forge, and it does go down before the upgrade finishes. Always a nice play to get that. Any upgrades from your opponent is going to be nice. And there's only the 3 remaining cannons. Luckily, there are some more High Templar that Champion had made.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like this robo was started just started just a little bit late. It's always awkward when you see all these hydras and all these lurkers morphing outside your base and you're like, well, shit, I don't even have an obs yet.
Right, absolutely, man. This is so many Zerg units, and there's not really anything Champion can do in the meantime to really push out towards it, and unless he has to rely on purely storms, and there may not be
Oh.
enough storms to really get that buffer that he really needs to move out of this choke point. And
And
Mr. Peanut Butter squeezing that choke point in ever so slightly,
and
bit by bit.
taking a fourth at the 6 o'clock behind it.
Oh wow, the
Wow.
forward fourth base.
Oh
That'll
my
be a
gosh.
nice, that will be a very nice base if it gets up and going, which I imagine it will, and will be able to help reinforce a lot of units, even potentially setting up a Nidus network at that base, even if it gets to that point, which I don't see it really getting to that. But we'll see what happens. Definitely Champion feeling the pressure here. Starting to get some of those storms on the lurkers to try to get that buffer to move out of this choke point. But is Mr. Peanut Butter gonna let it happen? It doesn't look like it just yet. These Hydras, more units rallying across the map.
Baiting out
Oh, nice
storms.
storm. Nice storm on the group of Hydras, but there's still so much Zerg left to deal with. And due to the fact there's no third base for Protoss, Protoss is really feeling the pressure right now.
He is, but he's also at 35 workers, which is kind of low for 2 base. So it's kind of I I don't dislike the fact that
Hmm.
Champion is low on workers in this situation because it does extend that timer a little bit.
That's a good observation, Breeze. That is very true. Just due to the fact that a champion isn't constantly making probes, he's actually able to afford this 2 base economy without mining out super quickly, having like a 3 base economy worth of probes. So that's a very
Oh
good
my goodness.
observation for sure.
Tries to storm drop.
Oh, nice
Oh!
storm drop though.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
bad, finding a decent amount of drones and almost getting some of the mutas as well. But nice job clearing that up for Mr. Peanut Butter. One Dark Templar somehow sneaking its way out on the map. It must have been in the shuttle. But Mr. Peanut Butter is pretty well fortified in most of the positions. Oh, looks like the players had to pause there for a quick second. But man, this contain is going to be so hard for Protoss to break out of.
Yeah, this is and now with the Mutas here to snipe the High Templar. Oh my goodness, nice storm. Forcing those Mutas back. There are also enough Archons here that the Mutas have to be careful.
Yeah, for sure. Champion did a nice job of getting storms down and lots of damage done on those mutas. They're just
Oh my
a
gosh.
few HP from dying.
Oh.
There's one. And also these Archons could do massive splash damage onto these mutas, and they do. Let's see if Champion can get some really nice storms. He's going to need some mega big storms on these clumps of Hydras as they slowly come in, but Peanut Butter doing a nice job of using a few of the units to pick off what he can and leaving the bulk of the main
Oh my
army kind of
gosh.
on the back end. Nice snipes there, sniping the observers, making it ever so much harder for Champion to move out.
Now, the thing about Peanut Butter's position is that if he can continually bait out storms and not lose too many units to storms, storms energy is a resource, and eventually Champion will run out of storms.
Absolutely, man. The spread of units is pretty good for Mr. Peanut Butter too. And it's just getting deeper and deeper on these lurker lines. And it's just going to be really hard, I think, as time goes by. But nice storm here on a huge clump of mutas.
And Hive is on the way as well.
Oh, nice job though. Mr. Peanut Butter utilizing these mutalisks to pick off some High Templars. Very nice value, every single one of those you can get. A lot of these High Templars have max energy on them as well. Now, I do like the Reaver call from Champion. I think the Reaver could be a nice asset to help him try to push out of this contain.
Yeah,
But
if he can get a Scarab off on a nice clump of Hydras,
right.
or even snipe these lurkers as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But more Hydras moving in, baiting out storms and sniping, continuing to snipe High Templar. Nice storm there. A nice body block with the Zealots.
Champion was trying to sneak out a probe into that shuttle, and he does sneak one out.
It is going to be seen and picked off though here.
Oh yeah, it walks right on, unfortunately, into the one Hydra and Overlord in that area. Yeah, man, every little bit that goes by is getting so much harder for Champion. He is now mined out of the main and the natural here.
Oh my gosh. Don't lose the Reaver. Oh man, the Observer goes down. The Reaver is still alive, but these mutas really looking to snipe it.
Yeah, for sure. Nice engagement there, though, from Champion, taking down a fair amount of units there. And not losing the Reaver as well.
And
Oh man, this
Champion is mined out in the main. He has a really nice mineral bank, but that is all the minerals he has to work with.
Yeah, he does. And I don't know, man, even if he somehow is able to clear this contain at this point, he still has the problem of having to get another base. And so Champion really has to trade very efficiently here to be able to have some units left over after the fight to help him be able to take another base, but Mr. Peanut Butter not going to let that happen. Coming in, targeting down some more units with this group of Hydras, and Champion's looking like he's going to send it. This is the time he's trying to pick to go for that contain bust. Doing an alright job overall, clearing out a pretty big bulk of the Zerg army, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
The Reaver does go down. He, like you said, he's clearing a lot, but he has to be careful. These High Templars are huge assets right now. He can't lose them.
Oh, absolutely. Nice pick off on the shuttle, too. Peanut Butter sniping down the shuttle from Champion.
And that was a nice push out, and he cleared a lot, but there still are a lot of Hydras here, and they're going to be morphing into lurkers. Meanwhile, Peanut Butter's macro has not, I mean, it's been steady this whole game.
Yeah, it really has, and I like that Mr. Peanut Butter has just had the patience to continue to reinforce this contain and take some more bases behind it as well. And this contain is just getting stronger and stronger, and I don't know what Champion's gonna be able to do to actually break out of here at this point. It's looking really hard. But we'll see if he can actually do it there. There are a large number of storms left on these High Templars still. But Champion definitely needs to be careful with these High Templars and needs to find a nice engagement, no doubt. But more Hydras coming in to pick off some more units, and every time Mr. Peanut Butter does this, it's ever more painful for Champion, for sure.
Champion now just under 3,000 minerals. So already within what, maybe the past 2 minutes, he's burned through 2,000 minerals.
Yeah, Champion really just having to pick and choose exactly what units he wants to make as he's watching his bank kind of slowly dip. But so far he's not out yet, looking to get the critical numbers to break out of this contain. Nice storms again on the Hydras. And really nice patience so for Mr. Peanut Butter to not just send it in and kind of throw all his units into an area that might be super unfavorable for him.
Oh my gosh. Oh, don't lose him.
Oh, almost lost another High Templar there. And here we go. Champion gonna be pulling the trigger here.
Does lose all the Zealots. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
and loses the Templar. GG.
There's GG, man. Nice contain from Mr. Peanut Butter. Very decisive play and well executed.
Yeah, that was a tough one. It's like just got that contain there, and once the first Hydras got there, I really don't think the Protoss was ever able to push them back.
Right.
That was, and that's tough. That's PVZ.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
Yeah, very nice game though from Mr. Peanut Butter. Gonna be tying it up 1-1 in the series. Gonna be seeing a game 3, which I love.
And it is going to be another 2-player map. Oh man.
Oh man.
This one is
Glutton
Champion's
for
pick.
punishment.
It is going to be Odd Eye.
Oh wow, very nice.
Oh my gosh. All right. Here we go. All right. In the top left on Oddeye. It is our blue random rolling as Terran. Playing for Air Force One, it is Peanut Butter. And in the bottom right, he chose the map. He is the red Protoss, playing for the Semi-Sweet Cookie Fleet. Champion.
And what a treat, man. We get to see 3 games with the random player rolling a different race on every single game. So we got to see all 3 races and got to see Champion go up against all 3 races as a random player. So pretty cool to see. And we do have the Pylon Scout from Protoss, and since Mr. Peanut Butter randomed into Terran, this could actually be really nice for Champion if he does go for the gas still, which he doesn't yet know he's Terran yet. But Mr. Peanut Butter even making a semi-wall here towards the natural, making me think he's either planning on a CC first or a gasless expansion. However, this probe is going to be here super early and is going to have some options to either gas still and even maybe possibly deny this SCV from the forward barracks as well. This is definitely going to be annoying for Peanut Butter to
Oh
deal
my
with.
gosh. Is he gonna... He's gonna get in the ramp? Is he gonna get the gas?
Oh my gosh, is he?
Or
He
is he
might not
gonna...
even. Is he? He's gonna go for it.
Oh, he goes for
He's
it.
gonna go for it. Yeah, Benny got it. But I mean, due to the fact that Peanut Butter is setting up the SimCity at the natural, makes me think that he might have already been planning on going for a gasless expansion anyhow. Um, but we'll see what Mr. Peanut Butter's plan is here for now, and he must react to the gas steal from Protoss in the meantime.
Yeah,
Champion gonna be putting on some Zealot pressure as a
yeah,
follow-up.
that's a tough one. I feel like because he should be expecting zealot pressure in this matchup as Terran.
Yeah, he definitely should, especially with the fast probe scout as it came before the barracks was even done. He
Oh my
definitely
gosh.
should be expecting Zealots, but Mr. Peanut Butter is fully ready with some pretty decent SimCity. Only a few holes, but the Zealot, if he runs by, is going to take pretty heavy damage. However, there's only the 1 Marine in the bunker, soon to be 2 Marines in there, and the 3rd going to be on the way. So we'll
Yeah,
see what Champion's plan is here. He
it
might just
looks
go for a run by.
it looks like you'll have 3 Marines in the bunker by the time the zealot arrives. But what's the interesting thing that I like that Peanut Butter is doing is actually he's not phased at all by the gas steal and is just going to build more bio.
Well, yeah,
Champion,
Mr. Peanut Butter's doing this sort of it's a way you can react to getting gas stolen is just throwing down 2 barracks instead of going for an expansion right away. And so this allows you to keep forcing units from the Protoss and doesn't really allow them to take a super fast greedy expansion behind this. So Protoss definitely needs to respect the fact that Terran is making Marines right now and does have double barracks production. However, there are these Zealots in the main from Terran still being a little bit of pesky, being a little bit pesky there, but they do get cleaned up. And now I think the ball's in Peanut Butter's court. Oh, Champion's gonna run by this bunker and take some more damage on these Zealots. I don't know if that was the play here. And those cells go down super fast. He's just gonna GG, man. Wow. What a
wow.
game already. Mr. Peanut Butter making the comeback with the reverse sweep.
Yeah, just
Gonna be taking that.
nice defensive play. Just Champion just couldn't break it.
Wow, incredible. I guess Champion just wanted to call that one early. I think he could have maybe played it out, but I don't blame him for his plan not having worked for him this time around. So nice games between these players. GG's.
Yeah, GG indeed. All right. Well, AK, it was
Wow.
fun casting with you this season. I
No
hope
kidding, Breeze. The pleasure was all mine, my friend.
I hope we will continue to cast in the playoffs. I hope that works out to where I wind up casting games in the playoffs.
Oh, no worries if not, and I'm sure we'll have plenty more opportunities in the future regardless anyway.
Oh yeah.
So definitely always a pleasure, Breeze, and thanks for inviting me to cast these games with you this season. It's been really nice.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining me as well. It's always a good time casting with you.
Yes, you as well, my friend. And let me just give a little bit of a reminder, kind of what happens from here. So pretty much this is going to be deciding the final points for the season, and we'll see whoever gets first and second is going to be sitting out. They're going to get the top seed, and they're going to get a first round bye right away going into those playoffs. And then the remaining teams will kind of battle it out from there in the first week.
All
And
right.
pretty much whoever loses first is a single elimination. So if you lose, you're out of the tournament, and that will decide our winner for this season of NSL. But yeah, definitely been a nice season overall, and good games to all the players. And thanks for everyone for showing up this season and helping support NSL for another awesome season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you all for stopping by, supporting the players, and of course, showing your love and support in the chat. Fake Promise, Cookie Master, and Vint, thank you so much for stopping by today. Always a good time with you guys here. Um, we're going to be po- quite possibly, quite likely switching gears here momentarily. I don't plan on stopping the stream right away, but we're gonna switch gears here from StarCraft
Cool.
to Diablo 4. I'm gonna be playing. Well,
Very cool.
if I do play, I'm gonna be playing some Diablo 4 with my partner tonight. So
Mm.
if y'all want to keep chilling with me, you're welcome to stick around.
Hey, very cool. Thank you again, Breeze. We'll see you next
Absolutely.
time, brother man.
We'll see you very soon, my friend.
Alrighty.
All right. All right, guys. I am going to put this. I'm going to kind of switch the gears of the stream here, and then I'm going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with some more games. All right.